practice and critical inquiry throughout the curriculum development process. So next is mode of presentation and mode of response, and also types of evaluation procedures. I can say that this can be serves as a flexibility and adaptability, where in this approach, um, ISNER recognizes the importance of, again, flexibility and adaptability in the curriculum development, where educators should be, willing to experiment, take a risk, and revise their curriculum in response to feedback, like what Sir Seth Painor stated to us or told us na um, merong standardized na curriculum, but we can definitely revise the way we deliver the content itself para mas more engaging sa ating mga students. So overall, in ACENER's artistic approach to curriculum development, it actually offers a holistic and humanistic perspective on educator. It emphasizes the creativity, the imagination, and aesthetic experiences as essential elements of meaningful teaching and learning. It encourages educators to embrace the artistry of curriculum development and to create educational experiences that inspire the curiosity, wonder, and self-expression. Now let's move on to last. What is Pawelin's model of developing curriculum? As you can see, it is a curriculum sources or general factors that influence or affect curriculum development, the and decision making in the macro level. Next is knowing their interest needs, and learning style, thinking styles, economic status, gender, and other variables. So again, we have framework for that. All right. As you can see, there's a lot, but we will going to focus to the curriculum sources and the curriculum influences. In curriculum sources, we have here learners, society, and discipline. Curriculum sources, which means we need to consider again our learners, the society, the discipline. We all know that since we're talking about the dynamic, we all know that the learners today are different from the previous or the past years. The society itself was, have an ever changing cultural norms and disciplines. So we have here the situational analysis. This what we call, analysis phase. It involves the gathering and analyzing information from various curriculum sources, like for example the educational standards, textbook, research literature, student needs assessments, and input from stakeholders such as teachers, administrators, parents, and community member. This actually help in identifying the curriculum influences such as societal trends, cultural factors, educational policies, and advancement in the field. Next, from the selection goals and objectives, it is actually the design phase where, based on the analysis curriculum sources and influences, educators design the curriculum by specifying learning's objective, content, instructional strategies, and assessment methods. Next is in development of curriculum standards. In development phase, okay, educators develop instructional materials, resources, and activities to support the curriculum. So, in the present time, before, diba, we are using the traditional way of teaching. Like, we use Manila paper. And like today now, we use tawag doon, PowerPoint presentation. We used Canva to present or, to create an instructional materials. And this actually helpful kasi nga, we are now in the technological era. We need to expose ourselves sa mga ganong bagay para makasabay. That's what we call dynamic development model of curriculum. So now, sa selection of contents or subject areas, selection and organization of learning experiences, implementation and evaluation, this actually serves as the implementation phase na. This actually the final phase that involves in educational settings and evaluating its effectiveness. Educators, deliver the curriculum to students, monitor their progress, in make adjustment as needed based on the formative assessment data. Meron tayong authentic in traditional assessment. And for me, the better way to, not just the better way, but we can, include the authentic assessment way of, providing an assessment to our students kasi it reflects or it helps our students to, um, para malaman nila yung real world situation. Unlike sa traditional wherein more on exams, quizzes, ganun lang siya. So throughout the curriculum development process, educators consider curriculum sources such as educational standards, research literature, and input from stakeholders to ensure the alignment with educational goals and student needs. So in the next slide, all right. So again, this is the process of developing curriculum prevalence model. Thank you, Josh. That's all for my report.
Ayan, thank you so much, Ate Mitch. So let us now conclude all the models of curriculum development from the previous discussion up until the cyclical and dynamic models of curriculum development. And as you can see on your screen, this is the analysis of different curriculum development models. We have the prescriptive, the rational objectives, descriptive, and the dynamic or interaction. So I just want to inform you that all curriculum development models are based on curriculum researches and are based on certain theories of curriculum. And each model is unique. So each model na nakikita nyo or mga simulang discuss namin, unique yon. May kanya-kanya silang characteristics on how they will be able to develop their curriculum. So they are unique as well depending on the curriculum theory advanced by the proponents. And it is the role of the curriculum developers to select a model based on their context. And malay nyo, one day, maging curricularist kami ni Ate Mitch. Di ba, Ate Mitch, mag-develop tayo ng mga curriculum.
Correct.
And yeah, let's analyze now the different models of curriculum. So the linear models, ating linear models, yung standard-based model, the Wheeler's model, and the Eisner's model, it provide a direct and time-efficient approach to curriculum development. And these models simply simplify the process of curriculum development such that curriculum workers will find it easy to follow. And the linear models are highly prescriptive and rational, and they state precisely where to start in the curriculum development process. Usually, they start with a situational analysis or selecting objectives. And for the cyclical model of Nichols and the contextual filters model and the Powell's model. Here, ito yon. It presents an interrelated procedure for developing curriculum because it is a continuous process. And these models are prescriptive in a way that it start with situational analysis. Kung napansin nyo kaninang diniscuss ko, those three models, nag-start siya lagi sa situational analysis. And yet, they are also dynamic because these models are applicable to school-based curriculum development. And lastly, yung diniscuss ni Ate Mitch, which was the dynamic models of curriculum development, which are the Eisner, Walker, and Powell's model, are less rigid in application and they can be used as well in school-based curriculum development. And these models reflect the reality of how institutions and teachers develop curricula. And Eisner's model is prescriptive, yet it is also descriptive, while Walker's model is highly dynamic and descriptive. So each model development is based on a curriculum theory developed by various proponents, and the models presented are reflections of what various authors and scholars believe about the nature of curriculum and the process of curriculum development. And each has its own rightful claim. Kaya ang big thanks to our curriculum developers, 'di ba? Without them kasi ano yung ang susundan nating curriculum, 'di ba? Hindi mabubuo yung K-12 curriculum, hindi mabubuo yung basic curriculum, or let's say yung bagong curriculum sa matatag curriculum, 'di ba? Without our curricularists. Kaya big thanks talaga sa ating mga curricularists. And here, some principles from these models. So, clear and logical process in a way that when developing a model for curriculum development, there is always the need for a clear and logical process. Second is the specificity. Curriculum sources and other variables that are influential in developing a curriculum should be specified. And the reflection, um, models should reflect how educators plan and develop curriculum in any levels. And then the decisions, each process in a model should specify areas where curriculum decisions are made. Various contexts. Each model should reflect the major phases of curriculum development. And it also important that each model should be applicable in various contexts, not just on one context. Kailangan marami siyang discipline or an context. And lastly, curriculum theory, model should be based on curriculum theory. And to sum up our report for today, this will be our conclusion. Can you please read our first paragraph, Ate Mitch?
Sure, definitely. So our first conclusion is that curriculum development in the Philippines needs to, involve different stakeholders and teachers.
Okay, thank you so much. And just to discuss further this first paragraph, in the Philippines, we all know curriculum development emphasizes the involvement of various stakeholders. Maraming stakeholders ang kasama sa pagbuo ng curriculum sa Pilipinas, including teachers. And this collaborative approach ensures that curriculum reflects the needs, values, and aspirations of the community. We also need to involve our community. And by engaging the community or teachers who have direct experience in the classroom, curriculum developers can incorporate practical insights and pedagogical expertise, leading to more effective and relevant educational experiences for students. And this involvement also fosters ownership and commitment among educators, and ultimately contributing to the successful implementation of the curriculum. And lastly, Ate Mitch, can you please read the last paragraph?
Sure. Last paragraph is that there is a need to develop a model that is relevant and responsive to the academic needs and contents of the Philippines.
And yeah, in the Philippines, it's essential to develop a curriculum model that is both relevant and responsive to the academic needs and contextual realities of the country. Totoo naman yan. Yung realidad na nangyayari sa Pilipinas natin, dapat ay yung nagiging visible sa curriculum na ginagawa natin. That's why marami nga talagang professor, di ba, na they tried to be flexible. They tried to modify yung curriculum or yung syllabus na ginagawa nila para makita ng student yung reality doon sa lesson na ginagawa nila. And tama nga yung sinabi ni Ate Mitch about authentic assessment. When we say kasi authentic, it is the application in real life or real world context na nakikita talaga ng students. And this involves creating a framework that acknowledges the diverse cultural, social, and economic backgrounds of Filipino students while addressing the specific challenges and opportunities within the educational system. By tailoring the curriculum here in our Philippines, it is important as well to incorporate local context, yung pang Pilipinas, and actively involving stakeholders such as educators, policymakers, and community members, it becomes possible to design a curriculum that not only meets academic standards but also fosters meaningful learning experiences that empower students and contribute to national development goals. That's it for our report for today. We hope that you've learned a lot from our discussions and um, you conclude what are the models of developing curriculum. And for that, thank you for listening again. My name is Joshua Kalaykay, together with
And
my
my
partner.
thank you. And my name is Miss Fiddleson. Bye for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone.